Hello, Caviar Dreamers.
Hi, Caviar Dreamers.
We have the best guest ready to talk about.
I know. We have
food,
Amy Phillips
and partying
from Reality Check and Chef Stuart O'Keefe. And they have come together. And if you don't know who Amy Phillips is, you have to know who she is if you're a Housewives fan. Because she is a comedian and she parodies a lot of housewives. She's always on Watch What Happens Live, and she has her own radio show called Reality Check about Bravo.
I'll never forget how excited you were when Amy Phillips first did you.
Yeah, like, I mean, I was waiting. I was waiting for her to do me, and she does me so perfect. She's almost a better version of me. She's so funny. And she has partnered with Chef Stuart O'Keefe, celebrity chef. He was a guest judge on Chopped. He's been on many reality series. He's on the Food Network. He's Irish. He's handsome and amazing.
Beyond handsome. Beyond talented.
They have partnered together to do an amazing cookbook called Cook It, Spill It, Throw It, the Not So Real Housewives Parody Cookbook. And it has amazing recipes.
In fact, you have quite a few recipes.
Yeah, I do. I have quite a few recipes.
You have the hidden Nerve Bruschetta. You have the is it pulled ponytail pork?
But yes, exactly. Scary Island skirt steak is in here in Jill's Zarin.
Oh, in Jill's Zarinade.
in Jill's Zarinade. I mean, there's recipes from every franchise, all based off of Housewives' iconic moments. So I am so excited to introduce you all to Amy Phillips and Chef Stuart O'Keefe. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh my God. Thank you for having us. We're so happy to be here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God, we're so excited. So first of all, everybody, Caviar Dreamers, we have on Amy Phillips, icon, I mean, from Reality Check, but first of all, comedian, parody queen, knows everything. And then we have on Stuart O'Keefe, I mean, celebrity chef, trained, at the Bordeaux from Ireland, right? I mean.
Yep.
I was, judge on Chopped, on so many reality shows. And then you guys just came out with the best book, Cook It, Spill It, Throw It, a Real Housewives Parody Cookbook, which literally has the best, I mean, not only is it hysterical, it has the best recipes ever.
Yes, it does.
It
oh
does.
My gosh. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you so much, you guys.
That's awesome.
This is hilarious. Your husband's in the Pool-enta.
Yes. I love that. I mean, thank you for going in the pool for me, Stuart. And Amy.
Oh my God. Okay. I know.
Which is a little scary when you dress up like that.
It was so good.
I love it. And I love being you. And that was our favorite part of the whole photo shoot was doing that shot of me being you pushing Stuart in the pool. It was like so much fun. And I had so much fun finding the perfect red dress you were wearing to, that day. So I tried to emulate everything that, to capture the moment.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, you did.
You did.
Definitely.
I mean, it is so good. So good. But I just want to ask, before we get into like the details of the book, how did you guys meet and come up with this? I mean, first, like, how did you guys meet and like what inspired this?
So I like, what was it? 2019. I was like sitting on the sofa with my friend Chris, and I think I was watching Beverly Hills, and they were at the dinner table eating or just like arguing, like usual shit, and I'm just like, has anyone come up with a cookbook like based off the Housewives, like poking fun of like memorable moments, iconic moments, like situations, the reunions, like you have so much fun with that, like creating funny titles. The recipes will come. Like that part is not hard for me, but I definitely need someone that is like super expert, that watches all the franchises, knows all the little details. And I've always like kind of followed Amy since she was doing Rachel Zoe back in the day, like on YouTube.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, she's so funny and da-da-da-da. And then I saw she started like dressing up as housewives and doing those. And I'm like, it has to be her. Like, it just has got to be her to do it. And then I had my agent reach out in New York. I'm like, just reach out to her. I'm like, I can't. She'll say no. Like, she's just too busy. She has a show on Radio NDXM. It's just like, no, she's not going to have time. And then we asked her and she was like, are you kidding me? This is like amazing. So that's kind of where it started.
And just like, Margaret, I read your book. I mean, just like you say in your book, you never say no. You always say yes. You got to say yes to everything. So it's like, business. And I know this is what your podcast is about. It's like, it's just such a perfect, a coming together of two people who do totally separate things and yet somehow found a way to make something creative together. And I told Stuart, I was like, I never thought about this in my life. I mean, it's so obvious to me now. When you think about housewives in a cookbook, you're like, wait, that doesn't really make sense. Then you really think about it and you're like, oh, every single thing that happens in terms of drama and feuds and throwing things, it happens around a dinner table, at a restaurant, or at a bar, around drinks. And it's so centered around food and drink that's so obvious to me. So I signed on faster than a housewife could walk off a reunion set. So there you have it.
It's true. It's true. I mean, all the best moments are over food. I mean, we never get to finish a meal.
Well, you
so,
have to
I take time to go because I love to eat so much. I'm like, pack my food up. I'm starving.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited. I know this is going to be obviously a New York Times bestseller. I love all the recipes. But how? So how long did it take you guys to do this? Because I mean, there's beautiful photography. There's amazing recipes. You're dressed up. How long did it take you guys to do this?
Thank you.
We did the food photography like not so far away from here in LA. I worked with a girl, Angela Gaines, and she's a food stylist just on different Food Network stuff. And I was like, look, can you do this? And like, here's our budget and so forth. So that was like 2 weeks of shooting the interiors, right? Mm-hmm. Then there's a few iPhone photographs from me that I styled, which actually one of your recipes, the hidden nerve bruschetta, like that's an iPhone
hidden
photograph.
Nerve bruschetta. Okay, I like that. The hidden nerve. I know. I love that. I have so many good.
I mean, do you remember when you bit into that bruschetta and you said that hidden nerve, and then you just so casually, just so classy, crunched into that bruschetta? That is literally one of my favorite. I know. I mean, one of my favorite food moments and moments in general. And I think everyone agrees that when you were like, hit a nerve to Jennifer, it was just so epic. And that, again, you've inspired so many recipes in this book. We had to cut down so many of the things that we're inspired by, but the hidden nerve herb and tomato bruschetta, that was a photo that Stuart actually did himself and styled himself. But so there were a couple of recipes that we ended up taking photos of after the big shoot, but it was like 2 weeks of the food photography, and then another week of the actual photos of Stuart and I posing together with the food and the scenes.
Like it was a lot. It was like a hustle. It was like, we just made that happen. It was crazy. Like your in the pool was the very last shot.
Of course.
The whole book. Like we were just so excited. I'm like, I don't give a shit if I have to go in the pool. Like this is it. Like we're so done with like
just push me.
Hustling to get all these photographs done. Yeah. So I was
how long did it take us to write to write the actual book? Because we were posting, things got pushed back because of COVID, like everybody else. So it was really supposed to come out, last May or just this past May, but I would say it took like a total of almost 2 years to get to this point. And we were probably working on it for about a year, just with stops and goes, things like that. But it was, it took a while.
You know what I love also? There's the recipe key where it has the little icon. So everybody knows what franchise it came from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is so adorable. I was looking at it. New Jersey is the pasta because we don't hold anything. That's
right.
I know. So what are we gonna hold?
Margaret, I always, because remember me and Amy going through it. I'm like, why the hell are they not holding anything? And then I was like, wouldn't it be funny if they're holding a meatball, something crazy like that?
You could be holding like a meatball. I mean,
like,
New Jersey, it's the tomato. Where the New Jersey tomato.
Okay. That would have been super cute.
That's a great idea.
Which I think
we should have
consulted you.
No, I love it, but the pasta is a great idea because we eat so much pasta. But I also feel like New Jersey, everyone says they're mobsters. So we're going to hold like a bowling bag. I mean, I don't know.
Hold a revolver.
But it's so great. I think there's going to be a great holiday gift as well, which I think, because it makes cooking fun. So that's what I think, even though it's still a great cookbook, but the pictures are fabulous. And anybody who's not, you don't have to be a Housewives fan to get this book. That's what's so great about it.
Yeah.
It's just such, I just think
they're real recipes. They're not just joke recipes. I mean, it's a parody cookbook. We talk about the moments in which we're inspired by these recipes, but they are actual real recipes because Chef Stuart O'Keefe is an amazing chef. So when I was like, we have to do this, we have to do a pasta, but it's got to have something where, or we got to do a chicken, but you have to be able to pound it. What can you do with that? And he would come up with
I know
Something, yeah.
the chicken, the vibrator chicken. Wait, I just had it open. It was very funny.
You know, we couldn't do a picture for that one. I'm sure you understand why.
Yes,
that was cut.
Yes, that was cut, but I thought that was so funny, so good. But are you going to be able to go like on a tour, like a book signing together? You guys going to do anything like that?
Yeah, it's like we're trying to kind of just like, we're doing Barnes & Noble here at the Grove in LA. So we have that coming up on the 20th. And then we're going on Watch What Happens Live on Tuesday, the 16th.
Oh, the day it comes
with
out.
Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So I'm on the bar and Amy's in the chair, which is super exciting. And yeah, it's like, so just like, let's see what happens from there. Hopefully it just kicks off and it just becomes this viral thing, but it's fun.
I think it's going to be absolutely a viral thing. I think people are going to go absolutely mad for this.
And the events that you guys could do with this with fans.
Exactly.
Could you imagine people would die to cook with you and have comedy and Q&A? It's fantastic. I also love that you put in there like the bar basics and the kitchen basics and stuff. You need, because someone like me who was useless in the kitchen really needs that.
Yes, I think that's what's going to be so fantastic. Now, let me ask you, each of you, like, who is your dream housewives to have at a dinner table?
Oh. Well, because
obviously
Teresa,
you, Margaret.
Well, because I'll definitely eat. I'll eat the food and say snarky things.
Well, we have to not include Margaret because that's not fair. Because obviously we all love Margaret. She's our favorite.
Thank you.
So I think Teresa, because watching from the get-go, just her always in the kitchen, in that old Tuscan kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Like just seeing her cook all the time. And I think a lot of the Jersey housewives and Caroline Manzo, like they just have always been people who we've looked at as aspirational in terms of cooking, because so many of the housewives don't necessarily always cook on the show. And so that is definitely one of those things where, I'd love to have Teresa at the table, and I would also obviously love for her to flip the table. I'm
just going to give you a little insight to this season. There's a big moment like that.
Oh, great.
Okay.
I'll just say, like, some person that you know very well is a recipient of some craziness.
Oh my God, Margaret!
That's a little insight.
Okay. Oh my gosh. When are we going to see? Okay. When is Jersey coming back? Is it going to be 2022?
2022. But the very beginning of 2022. Yes.
Oh, thank God.
All right. So Teresa, yes. But she's moved out of that Tuscan kitchen, but she has a new kitchen she's cooking in. So that's good. Yes.
Like we're talking about like food and cooking, like
Luann. Known eaters too. Yeah.
Luann is always like with the eggs. So like obviously I want to cook with her and making those bloody eggs in the Francaise.
Yes.
And then like, obviously Bethany, she's always cooking and she does videos now. And I'm like, sometimes they're just crazy. Like what she like pulls out of her cupboards. I don't know, like drama wise, I mean, I always like go back to that like amazing moment in Amsterdam and Beverly Hills. And just like that, we do the Amsterdam grilled cheese in the book, which is like, Kim Richards, Lisa Rinna, Beast. Like there was just so many things at that table that was just crazy. And even like, the latest scenes of Beverly Hills, just with like Erika at the dinner tables, like they were hard moments. So
very hard.
Yeah.
You don't want to cook with Erika. She's terrifying. Do you want to cook with Erika?
No. Well, inside scoop, they did actually ask me to cook with Lisa and Erika on this last season, but I think someone on set got COVID and I got axed. I was so devastated. I was just like, that would have just been so much fun,
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
That would have been fun.
So, who knows, next season.
Yeah, it's fun to cook with the eaters, though, too. Some of these girls don't look like they eat a lot. They don't
agree. Yeah, like I don't want to cook with anyone in Beverly Hills. I'm good. Okay, so let's talk about people who really love to enjoy food and really like. Yeah, so I'm going Jersey, Atlanta, OC. Potomac. We have a great Potomac and cheese with crab is one of my favorite dishes from this book. It is so, it's so good. And, there are so many food moments that we couldn't even that happened after we kind of wrote the book. Like I would have loved to have done a Margaret iced coffee drink in your honor.
Yes. But you could do a whole beverage. You could do a follow-up to the cookbook. You could do a small one, like all beverages and cocktails.
Yeah, you're right, because we had so many cocktails. We had to cut down how many cocktails we could add in, because obviously there's so much drinking, and there have been so many moments that have been inspired by all the drinks. But
Amy and I would just joke, like, we're like, Amy, I'm like, there's like 36 cocktails. Like, we have to, like, we can't, like, do this. I'm like, it's just a cocktail book at this point, you know? So we had to, like, and, you know, talking to, like, our editors, and they're like, she's like, we need this at, like, 12. And I'm like, we have 36. Like, how the hell are we going to do this?
Right, yeah. I know.
So book two.
That's definitely a great book, a cocktail book, for sure.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, it really could just go everywhere, and it's going to be just so fun. And I think people are good. It's just going to be the best holiday book ever. One
of the things that I love about too, that in our book, is the menus at the very back of the book. We have menus.
The menus.
That, like, so if you want to have in 2022, when Jersey starts up again, you want to have your Jersey watch party. You want to have your premiere party for Jersey, or a reunion Jersey party.
So good. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And this is such a good thing for the watch parties and everything like that. And I think it's I just can't get over it, how the detail and the thought that went into it, which is so amazing.
That's all Amy. The details is all Amy. I'm like, here writing recipes, and Amy, I'm like, get the details. I'm like, you know what happened in that scene. You know, Amy would like send me clips. Remember when this happened? Remember when that happened? That's where this comes from. And I'm like, I need reminders. Like, that's why Amy was so great to collab on this, you know?
I know. And the guide to your own housewife parties is just like, because so many people do throw all the housewife parties. I mean, I have endless people who send me, Marge, I was dressed like you. They do the bachelorettes and all of that stuff. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the fandom is over the top. So this really is the best book for that.
I know, and I love that no one has done anything like this before. So we're so excited to pave the way.
Yes, and so entertained by it. You guys really. I mean, I think the next step is you should have like a cooking show together.
Yeah, we've talked about it.
We've been trying to pitch that. Yeah, we're working on our pitch for that. So we have a pitch ready to go, and hopefully with the success of this book, and some of the times that we get together and we promote it and we get to do cooking demos together, it will show what we can do and talk about, because I do think it's such a celebratory thing. Obviously, food and drink, celebration, and talking about our favorite thing, which is the Housewives. So to be able to do that, joke around and celebrate that is just really, really fun. It's just a fun thing to do.
I mean, this is my idea for the show for you too. Like, have the fans
oh my God, I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes. No.
It's like the fans come on and go against each other, right? And they have to cook something out of the book or a recipe, a challenge.
Yeah.
And then you have like a housewife maybe cook with them, or just have a guest judge housewife or something like that. You guys, you're hosting them, and like, you have you guys are the judges, or something like that.
I'd love to see you show up unannounced at housewives' houses and say, you have to make.
That's great too. That's another side of it too. Yeah.
Like, I want to see what you have in your fridge, what's in there. Let's go. Because
that is funny too. That is true.
Like
too.
When
my God.
Fridge tour, I was like, I did not see what was coming. Shit, the craziest shit in her
That
fridge.
Is. That's so like that the surprising. But I love the contest with fans.
Yeah,
also.
Well, fans would go nuts for that opportunity too.
Yeah. It would be kind of like almost like a Cribs moment, like me and Amy knock at the door, we turn up, and it's like, okay, what do you got?
What do you got? And they have to pull it together, and you judge them. Yes. Now, me, I actually would do it. I know people really don't realize I can cook, but I can have anything in the cupboards, and I can pull it together.
She can. I could vouch for
that.
I know.
Well, if we read your book, we know you can cook. This is wild, because when I read your book, I was like, I feel like I've now gotten a moment with Margaret Lexie, like the brainstorming, like the creativity that you guys like with the coffee, the no bra, the coffee. Like, it's amazing what you guys can come up with. So I am so excited, because I'm like, I would love to be a fly on the wall at one of your brainstorming meetings. And I've just now been a fly on the wall. So thank you for your ideas. I mean, seriously, these are great.
Yeah, I mean, they go 24 hours a day. They could go at like 1 a.m. on a phone call, or they start at like 7:30 in the morning. It's like insane. It never stops.
I know.
I imagine.
That's what we love to do. We're big with the brainstorming. It's just getting all of our crazy ideas out there is the draining part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just
yes.
it's rough. so what's next to the fact is we're getting this book out there. We're doing this. You've reality checked. Everybody who's listening knows you from Reality Check, your amazing serious radio show, which is so good.
Thank you.
Stuart,
I love doing it.
Yeah, I know. You guys, Jeff, you're going to go on Watch What Happens Live. I love it. So like what other, like who's your next person you're going to parody? Like who are you trying to do how you haven't done yet?
Good question. Well, I've been working on the Salt Lake City ladies, so
yes.
I've been doing Meredith and Lisa and Whitney.
Yes.
I have yet to do Heather Gay. I would love to do Heather Gay, so maybe I'll set my sights on her.
I know. I think Heather Gay could be a good one. Yes. I was watching Salt Lake last night after I watched the Potomac reunion.
Yes.
Did you guys watch Potomac reunion?
Yes, I did.
I didn't catch it last night. Now I have to catch up on stuff. I'm a few episodes behind.
Yeah. It was hardcore.
Oh man, they came for Giselle. I mean,
I know.
I mean, but you know, I am curious as you being a housewife, when you're watching that, what are your thoughts? Like on the reunion, what were your thoughts on that?
I know Joe thinks, I was watching with my husband. He thinks Potomac is more vicious than Jersey in a different way. They're a little more cutthroat. But yeah, I was watching it and I was like, wow, I think they're a little more cutting and hateful towards each other. But to me, I don't know if they're as close as my cast is. I think we're really more friends. Like we really care for each other more on my cast. And I always, Candace, I did feel bad for her when she had her hair pulled, because I'm a recipient of a hair pull.
Of
which
course,
we know.
absolutely.
But, the hair pulled pork, which is in here in the cookbook. But she, she does say things that are so loose and off the cuff. I mean, sometimes I feel she can't dial it back. She doesn't know when to dial it back. I mean, she's a good housewife because she's good with her words and everything else, but people really just don't like her.
I know. It's very difficult to root for her.
It is difficult.
And I feel the same way as you. I was just so upset that she was attacked, that she got, that happened to her with Monique. I was like, this is so wrong. You should, and we say that, you should never put your hands on anybody. Obviously, we always know that. But it is just one of those things where you're like, that is so wrong. And then a season later, Candace isn't doing us any favors. Like, I want to like back you on stuff, and yet you leave me.
Same way. That's what it is.
Right.
It's just that's what I feel bad. It's like, with Mia, based on her upbringing and everything else, and like she throws the mother thing in her face. I'm just like, just contain yourself.
I know.
Yeah, I'm just like, you got to contain yourself.
That is tough too, because I mean, two totally different situations in terms of Marge Sr. and Mia's mother, like two totally different mother situations here. But I would imagine you watching might feel a little protective as well over Mia's mother, because your mother's on the show. I mean, is that how you feel?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Of course. It's like you never, she had a rough upbringing, Mia. You never, you don't want to throw that in her face and say something horrible about her mother. I don't say anything bad about anybody's mother. I mean, this year, I'm going to just say, Jennifer said her mother wanted to put a curse on me. I didn't say anything bad about it.
Jesus.
I mean, my gosh, no.
And I mean, I was like, I didn't say anything horrible about her. I was like, oh my God, I was like, Jesus, I'm getting it from every angle. I'm going to get I know.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, if a mother starts with you, that might be a different story.
Yeah, but I didn't even say anything then. I was like, oh my God. I mean, I was like, I better go home and, do an exorcism in the house. I was like,
get the priest. Let's just
get
going.
The priest Yes, I think, what about the Erika, because we'll talk some housewives, obviously, the Erika Jayne. Okay. I didn't watch the fourth, the last reunion.
The fourth.
What do you guys
It was rough.
think? What do you tell me?
Go ahead.
You were hysterical. I mean, just parodied Erika Jayne. I was dying. That was
so good.
Allegedly,
exactly.
you know, it's almost a similar situation that I was saying about Candace. I want to root for Erika so badly because I do not want our housewives to go down. I don't like a mob mentality. I feel like so many people are against her and they're just taking her down.
I know.
I do not like that. And so when that starts happening, I start to pivot in the opposite direction and I want to support whoever that person is. I'm like, stop, you're being so harsh. But she makes it very difficult with how she's lashing out at people and the housewives around her. So that's really hard to digest. I feel like she probably didn't know too much about what Tom was doing. Okay, so we're on the same page with that. And I think that I don't think she can address the victims. I think that her lawyer said, do not say the word victims, which is why she's not saying it ever. But we're left, people are left unsatisfied, and then she's not doing herself any favors on social media and the like. So that makes it really, really tough to root for her. However, I find her such a polarizing and charismatic character. You just can't look away. And it's just bizarre. I mean, everything is just wild. The stories that she tells, it's hard to keep up with them. And I also find that on the flip side, I hold the other housewives of Beverly Hills accountable for not making the conversation as open or as aggressive as it could have been. I think they backed away too much. Think that's why when we get to the reunion, only Andy's asking the questions because the other housewives aren't asking the questions or having the conversations. And they should have been a little more aggressive with Erika throughout the season, because at the end of the day, now it's just Andy asking the questions, not the housewives. And it really should be about the cast. And I don't think that Erika wanted to answer the questions, even though she said, I'm an open book. You can call me. It's like, yeah, you're real
unbelievable.
Yeah, real approachable. So it's like you're saying that you want people to call you and talk about it, and at the same time you are refusing to answer. You get so mad when they ask you the question. So it's tough. It's a tough thing to try to root for her. She doesn't make it easy.
See, that's how I feel with Erika. I love Erika. I think she's incredible. I loved her from the first minute I laid eyes on it. But to me, it's so off-brand to not know, because you're an empowered woman. You are a strong woman. You hold everyone accountable. So you just have your head in the clouds in your own life. That's how I feel. That's what I feel is off-brand for an empowered woman to be blindsided.
It is off-brand, but I look at it this way. She was so empowered. And that's the image she gave off. But the truth is, she was a cocktail waitress.
Yes.
She was taken up from a cocktail waitress with this powerful attorney husband.
Yeah.
And he called the shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I do believe she gave him every paycheck. And he was like, you have this life. She gave him all the money. He deposited my account. She had 2 credit cards. And she lived this fabulous life. But it was all a facade. So the fact is, she did. She did whatever, And the deal was, he had this hot wife. And she had this elaborate life. So it was an arrangement. And that's really I think that's what it was. And I think I agree. A guy like that. Listen, it's just like, and this is true. I know Teresa well enough. I mean, you could sell the girl the Brooklyn Bridge. She had no idea what happened with her and Poltergeist. No idea whatsoever. And when anybody says, believe me, she did not know a thing.
Now that I would never argue. I mean,
exactly.
I think people might be like, did Erika know? Did Erika know? Did she not know? Teresa, no idea. So but I still do believe, I completely agree with you about Erika. I think, again, circumstantial situation, very much an arrangement, giving him all the money, and then she's left like this. And I think a lot of people are dissatisfied with her performance, and I'm calling it a performance because it was very much that at the reunion.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. I mean, she didn't do herself any favors. She didn't make herself empathetic whatsoever.
Not at all. That was the really frustrating part about it. Like, I used to I mean, and I did, my friend of mine is friends with her, and I even went to her 45th birthday when she had that disco party and stuff like that. And and then this happened, and it's like, okay, she'll get through it. And then it's just God, you're sounding like an asshole. You're just sounding, you sound like I'm so above that, whatever. You know what I mean? It's what the fuck are you? No, just calm down and just answer the questions without attacking everybody.
I know.
It was rough. I thought the 4th part of the reunion, she would get a bit better towards the end of it, but it just got worse.
I know. I do. I'm like, help me, help you.
Exactly. I do like that little Sutton.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
I do too. And she was one of the only ones that spoke up, and I felt like she was hung out to dry. Nobody helped her along, and that was rough to watch.
That was rough to watch, and I do like her, and I think she made sense. I didn't think she was being vicious about it. And I think that's the whole thing. And I wanted to root for Erika, and that was the whole thing. And so we'll talk a little Salt Lake, because we have to talk about what's like on TV a little bit. The Salt Lake, which I'm mesmerized by. You know, I don't know. I'm just so obsessed that Mary. I mean, we have to talk about Jen Shaw, but that Mary. I mean, she kills me.
I have never seen a person or character like this on television in my life. And it is kooky as hell. And just watching her in every scene, you just are just kind of like, well, actually Heather Gay said it perfectly in this last episode. She was like, Whitney, we're not getting through to her. She's not getting it. So we're going to have to like move on. I mean, because Whitney's just, she's bashing her head up against the wall. She's like, I don't understand why you're saying these things. I called you back. Like, she doesn't understand. I'm like, Mary is in her own world and is just wild. And all of these now allegations about her at church, referring to herself as God, like they think that she's God. This is just these are peeling back layers to, well, I never thought I'd be seeing on the Housewives. That's what I love about it.
I know.
Like so different, right?
It is so different. That's why I'm so obsessed. I mean, Jen Shaw, I don't know why you would go on TV. That's all I have to say.
I from a business perspective, I have to know what your thoughts are from A to Z, because I don't get.
You're nuts. I mean, if you are doing anything, listen. I was sued. I knew I was ready in a lawsuit when I got on TV. I did, and it was a legitimate business lawsuit. I was sued with a licensee. It was, cut and dry. Bad things happen in business. I wasn't even doing anything underhanded. It was a normal, and I got screwed left and right. But I wasn't like, I'm going to be in big trouble. It was like, it was normal shit.
No, you also went on TV and said,
I went on TV and went on and said, I'm in a lawsuit. If I was doing something illegal, I would be like so underground. I would not go on a TV show. You know what I mean? I would just be like a nervous wreck. This girl, you don't go. Has she not learned anything? Like
she knows well that it's illegal what she's doing.
She knows
right?
that you're doing something.
Yeah, she knows well. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be flashing.
That's so risky. Like you're going to get caught. Like
who goes out and flashes stuff? You're a public figure. You're a target already. People. You're under the microscope. Are you certifiable or what? Mm-hmm. Like in my head, I don't know what people are thinking.
Well, I think the bigger question is, how is Stuart Smith, her assistant, only 43?
Let's see what's to know.
He's only 43? He's only 43.
Oh, wow. That's shocking to me. I didn't know that.
That was more shocking than the whole scandal for me.
That is shocking.
Nobody questioned this.
I also didn't know that he was like married and had kids. And
very odd. But it's just like, why do people go on TV with stuff like this?
I'm like, did you not know that what you're doing is illegal? Because that would be the only excuse, is that you just plead stupidity. Like, I mean, that you literally did not know.
Or you just think you're so above everything. The
narcissism.
That your narcissistic ego is so huge that nothing could bring you down.
I don't get. I literally don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, has she not seen what's happened to the Housewives? It's just
right.
It's crazy.
She continued to film, which is wild. Like throughout the season. I mean, she's not. I mean, she's not in jail. She hasn't gone to trial yet. They haven't done these things. So now we're watching this all happen, and we're going, how is this real? Like, I can't believe we're going to watch a season with this unfolding. And then as they call it, the Shaw rest that happened last night.
I know.
Well, the funny
thing
was
unbelievable.
Well, the funny thing was, one of the girls in our office, Lisa, was like, do you think any of these FBI agents ever thought on like a day in their career?
Seriously.
Like, okay, you have to watch all these housewives.
I know, they're all watching the Housewives episodes.
Here's the uncut footage of Salt Lake City season 1 and 2. Knock yourselves out.
I know. So I mean, it's so classic.
They all went from like, I trained for this. Like what? Like
I know. I'm taking down the housewife.
Crazy.
She's so amazing. Like, you know, it's like, it is. It's just like, I don't get it. I am very excited that we're going to have the Housewives of Dubai.
Cannot wait.
Oh, yes. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm Caroline Stanbury's
Lexi loves Caroline
fan.
Stanbury.
I was Ladies of London.
I love her.
I loved Ladies of London. When that was canceled, I was
Me too. Well, you should be on Ladies of London.
Oh,
yeah, Lexi. Yeah, but I can't ship her.
Ladies of London and Jersey.
Exactly.
Yeah, it would be so good. But I just want everybody to get this book, and I'm going to do so well with this. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to give it to everybody for the holidays because everybody has.
Oh my God.
I've already given my book out to all my friends.
Yeah.
So I'm going to order a bunch. So will be out November 16th. You guys could pre-order now.
Yeah.
Very excited. Cook It, Spill It, Throw It by Amy Phillips and Stuart O'Keefe. You guys are going to absolutely love it. Tell everybody where to find you.
I meet Amy Phillips on Instagram, Real Amy Phillips on TikTok, Amy Phillips _ on Twitter, and you can listen to me on Reality Checked on Sirius XM channel 102, Monday through Friday, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific.
Right.
And you can find me on Instagram at Chef Stuart O'Keefe, at Chef Stuart on TikTok, and at Chef Stuart O'Keefe on Facebook as well. And I'm currently auditioning, so something will be coming soon.
Oh,
baby!
Congrats! I'm so
Fingers
excited.
crossed.
I can't wait. This is so good. And you guys are going to be on Watch What Happens Live on the 16th, the day it launches.
Yes.
Everybody has to catch Amy and Stuart on Watch What Happens Live.
And you have an event at the Grove, Barnes & Noble, coming up too.
Barnes & Noble on the 20th at 2 o'clock at Barnes & Noble at the Grove in Los Angeles.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on, Stuart and Amy.
Thank you.
We're so
Thank
excited.
you. We love you so much. Thank you so much.
Excited for everything you guys will be doing.
I'm going to make you cook me lunch.
Yeah, I'm going to cook lunch. I'm going to make the recipes. I'm so excited. Joe will be very happy.
Amy, we need to start talking with HarperCollins to come out to Jersey to do a book signing out there. We gotta figure it out.
We'll come there. I'll be with you. Yes, please come to the Jersey.
Oh my God.
People will go crazy.
Oh yeah,
I know.
That would be awesome.
I love that.
I would love for you to come to Jersey. That would be amazing.
So good.
Well, thank you so much, and thanks so much for coming.
Thank you guys. Oh, we love you.
Love you.
Bye. Nothing is better than gossip and food, and this book has it all.
Yes. And by the way, they're just both so talented in different ways, and that they came together, which is so funny.
Yes.
That Stuart's famous chef, big fan of the Housewives, thinks, who am I going to get to do it with? Amy, talented comedian, has her own radio show, Reality Checked. But it's just so creative and clever, and I just love when two genius minds come together. Kind of like me and you.
Of course. And it is funny because it does make so much sense. When you go through this book, like that must have been really fun creating the book for them to go back to all the seasons of Housewives and watch all the moms. There's so many iconic things. And this, as well as being amazing recipes, will have you laughing so hard.
I know. It's just, you know what? When you think about it, all Housewives' iconic moments are around food.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Major scenes, but everything, it's just so funny.
I'm just laughing because I'm thinking of you and Siggy in the diner, and there's like a soggy piece of bread on the table. I'm still thinking.
I know, soggy bread. I mean, it's like
moment.
They hit a Nerve Bruschetta. You know, I was biting into the bruschetta, just everything.
Your lips look like a monkey's asshole at dinner.
At dinner, everything is around a meal in Housewives, and that they captured this in a book. This is a great holiday gift. So, and the recipes are delicious. I've already tried a few because I was lucky enough to get an advance copy.
Oh, that's right.
So follow Amy, listen to Reality Checked on Sirius Radio, follow Chef Stuart O'Keefe, and follow us, Caviar Dreamers. I'm coughing. It's not COVID. I just talked too much this weekend.
And we've been very exhausted. We had a very, very busy
week. We actually had a great party. It was Nino's 3rd birthday party.
That's right. And I've actually put myself on a Pintervention, which is a Pinterest intervention, because no more looking at Pinterest. I Like if I make one more crudité apple or something stupid I see on Pinterest, I don't have time for that. I need to relax.
Yeah, I have a very bad stomach ache from eating way too much chocolate. I had a great food truck here, Curbside Confections. They brought McDonald's and a bunch of treats.
It was the best thing.
It was. If you guys are in Jersey, they're a great, great company. I think they go to the tri-state area. They're fabulous. They'll bring anything. So I don't know. I've eaten too much, and I'm going to eat more with this cookbook. Yeah. So thank you, Caviar Dreamers.
Yes. New episodes now twice a month.
Twice a month, and we're going to have killer guests, and I hope you love them.
Yes, and you can find us at Caviar Dreams Tuna Fish Budget on Spotify, Apple, Amazon. I mean, you can find podcasts everywhere now. So wherever you can find one, you can find us. And you can find us at the same thing on Instagram and at The Real Margaret Josephs and at The Life of Mrs. B.
Thanks, Caviar Dreamers.
Keep dreaming.